everyone, if you're wondering how Disney World costuming works, go ahead and please keep watching this video. I will warn you that I am a rambler and some things might drone out a little bit, but there is a lot of aspects of costuming that I'm trying to cover, and I probably won't even cover everything, so just bear with me here and we're gonna get through this together. What's up? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Chelsea, if you don't already know, and if you're new here, please join the family and hit the subscribe button. I do a bunch of different informational videos on the Disney College program, as I am alumni from the fall of 2016, and I am also going back this fall for 2018, and you guys can click the links down below for different playlists on all these different videos, especially the informational videos about especially like what to wear to traditions and what to expect in the first week. And what I think is helpful is the bucket list. That's a 20-minute video about the bucket list that I've been having for 2 years now since my last college program. You guys might realize that I have a little bit of decorations because I just graduated. I really wanted to do advice from a graduate first, but I posted on my Instagram and you guys voted that you guys wanted to see something DCP related. So I asked either if you wanted to see costuming or if you wanted to see about losing weight, and costuming won. So today you're getting costuming, Thursday you will be getting a video about losing weight, and next Tuesday, hopefully, is when you're going to be getting the advice from a college graduate. This is your most important part of your costume. This is your most important part of your costume. If you do not have your name tag or you forget your name tag, you will be Riley from Orlando, Florida, you will be Chris from Orlando, Florida, you will be Sam from Orlando, Florida. I was never Chris from Orlando. I was Riley from Orlando 2 or 3 times. There's that. So if you forget your name tag, they always tell you to, you're gonna play the role of Chris from Orlando that one day. So your name is gonna be Chris. It could be short for Christina or Christopher, and you're gonna be Chris from Orlando, and you gotta respond to Chris, and you gotta say, oh, hello, my name's Chris. I'll be taking care of you, and such and so forth. If that, you know, makes sense. Starting off on how you get your costume initially. You have traditions, you have a couple different training shifts. I was a merchandise cast member in 2016, so we had a class called Merchantainment where we learned about the cash register, and we got to cash out a bunch of tickers and part DVDs to learn how to use this cash register. Then we also had our operations training, which is where we sat in a room, kind of like traditions, but we learned about all the different aspects of the parks, like lodging, park ops, merchandise, etc., etc., and we learned how every system works together. Then we had our park day, which I forgot what ours was called, but each park has a different name. They call it, I believe Animal Kingdoms is like Discovery Day. I don't remember what mine was called. I was in Hollywood Studios. Sorry, I failed you. Each resort has this specific as well, where you go, you get a tour of your resort or your park, the entire thing, as far as I know. And then you also ride a ride if you're at a park. I was Hollywood Studios, we rode the Great Movie Ride. I don't know what you do anymore because Great Movie Ride's not there. After that shift is your next shift. And these can come in like any order, but this was the way that mine came, is when you go to your park again and you get your costume, and that's when you start training in your area. So that's when, for me, I was in Hollywood Studios and we went into our costuming building, and our trainer took us to our specific costume. And my area, we had 3 different costumes. We had the regular blueberry, the Tatooine costume, and then the It's a Wonderful Shop costume, which is the Christmas store costume. We tried the blueberry on. I don't know if we tried the Tatooine one on. I don't think we did. I think we only tried the blueberry on. And we tried it on and we made sure everything fit, and then we checked them out. Every piece of costume items, yeah, has a barcode on it. And that is what distinguishes what you have checked out. So you go when you exit costuming, you go through this thing that looks like an airport scanner, and you have to stand in there and it'll scan all of your items that you have. Your hat, your belt, your shirt, your pants, etc. And then you hit OK if you have everything, and then you walk out the door. Same thing to return it, except you stick it in a bin, you make sure everything scans to make sure nothing's on your account, and then you're on your way. Every park has their own specific costuming building. Every resort has their own specific costume building, except I believe resorts are combined, so I know All-Stars, the 3 All-Star resorts have their own costuming building together. I don't know what other resorts are combined. If you guys know, please go ahead and comment down below for me to answer that question. So I've only been to Magic Kingdom, Epcot, and Hollywood Studios costuming. I don't know where Animal Kingdom is. I have no idea where any of the resort costuming buildings are. For Magic Kingdom, when you get dropped off by TransStar, or when you drive to the cast parking lot for Magic Kingdom, that is where costuming is. Costuming is this giant warehouse that has rows and rows and rows and rows of costumes. And for me, having Disney being my life, and it is the most magical thing I've ever witnessed, walking into costuming, especially at the Magic Kingdom, I was in shock. And it is this glorious warehouse, and it's kind of overwhelming, especially when you're looking for a specific item of clothing. And I'm pretty sure I found a picture of this on Google, so if I can find a picture of Google, I'll put it right here. It kind of gives you a look about what costuming looks like, ish. I did not take this photo. This photo is not mine. I do not in any way encourage photos backstage because they will get you termed. So that's where Magic Kingdom is. It's right next to Disney University, which is where you take the West Block bus to go to the entrance to the Utilidor. Wow, if you've never been a cast member at Disney World, you have no idea what I just said. Translating, you know how you go to Magic Kingdom, but to park at Magic Kingdom, you need to park at the Transportation Ticket Center, and that's where you take the monorail or the bus or the ferry boat or the aeroplane to get there to Magic Kingdom. Essentially, this is the same way for cast members. We park in a specific parking lot, and then we get bussed over to the entrance of the Utilidor from Magic Kingdom. If you don't know what the Utilidors are, go ahead and click this video. And if I don't link it here, it's linked down below of what are the Utilidors, where I explained about a year ago what the Utilidors are. Anyway, for Epcot and Hollywood Studios, it's about the same thing. You get dropped off by TransStar, or you again drive to Epcot or Hollywood Studios cast, and that is where a couple of different offices are about higher ups of the park. That is where costuming is for Epcot and Hollywood Studios, and there are also lockers where you can, and a bathroom of course, where you can get dressed with your costume. You can keep a backpack in your locker, you can keep extra costumes in your locker, you can keep anything you want in your locker. It's a built-in lock, so unless someone knows the combination, no one's getting in there. Do I have to pay for my costume? Do I have to launder my costume? What happens if it rips or spontaneously combusts? You do not have to pay for your costume. You only have to pay for your costume on 2 rare occasions, which I will explain after this part. Do you have to launder your costume? You can if you want to, if you are allergic to specific detergents, or you have sensitive skin, or you just prefer to launder your costume yourself, you can. It is not required that you need to return your costume in for it to be laundered. Me specifically, I had found a couple newer shirts in my costume, so I was like, wow, those look a lot nicer. The sleeves were white, the shirt was nice and blue, and it wasn't faded, and I was like, I'm gonna keep these. Not actually keep them, just for the record, I do not have any costumes from Disney, unfortunately, so I returned all mine, we're good. But I kept them, I laundered them myself. I didn't iron them because I didn't have an iron, and also I'm lazy, so I just, hung them up after I was done drying them, and they were fine. The one piece of advice I will recommend to you guys, if you find a hat or a belt or something, or a shirt even, that fits you really well, or pants even, that fits you really well, to not get rid of it, and because you're probably not going to see it again. So keep it, and keep that as your hat or your belt or whatever, and then just return it at the end of your program. As far as paying for stuff, the only way you would have to pay for stuff is if you left the program either by terming or your departure date, and you go back home and you didn't return a specific item of clothing, then you're going to be put on a restricted rehire until you either pay for the item of clothing or you return that item of clothing. The other instance is where you are allowed to have 5 of each type of whatever you need out at once. So if you have 5 shirts out at once, you can get a 6th, but if you don't return that 6th within 24 hours, then you will have to pay a fee. I don't know what that is. I never had that happen. Everything for your costume is provided to you except your socks and your shoes. If you are quick service food and beverage, Michelle helped me on this. I don't know if you get shoes provided to you. Some people say that they've gotten shoes for free. Other people say that they've had to buy shoes. It is a special non-slip shoe that Magic Kingdom Costuming has for quick service cast members to buy. So Michelle help me out on that and tell me what that is, and her comment will be pinned down below for you to see. Okay. The other thing that is not provided to you is socks. The only socks that are provided to you is if your costume requires specific socks, like the Magic Kingdom Glow costumes, which is also the Magic Kingdom Photo Pass costumes, that have the long socks that you need because your pants are white and they come right past your knees, and then you need white socks to go to your shoes. One thing I didn't mention is that entertainment costuming and everything else is 2 separate things. So you're not gonna see Cinderella's dress in the same warehouse as you're gonna see a custodial costume. And it's because entertainment is just large and there's not enough room for all of that stuff within costuming, and it needs to be taken care of a specific way, I'm sure. So it's located in a separate part, not attached to the regular costuming building. I'm sure it's also to prevent people who are not in entertainment to fiddle around with these costumes because they're much more expensive, you know. I think that is it. So again, if you guys have any questions, please let me know. I do try to answer all of your comments, and if I don't answer them, I usually at least give them a heart and a like. So I'm always here if you have questions. And be sure to check out Michelle's comment. I'm sure she has stuff to add. And if anyone else has anything to add, please comment it down below as well. I will see you guys on Thursday with how to lose weight on your college program. And I will tell you that I ate Domino's and chicken nuggets on the college program, and I did no exercising at all, so I'm the perfect person to tell you how in the world to lose 30 pounds on your college program in 5 months. Okay, so that is it for today. I will see you guys on Thursday. Thank you guys so much for watching, and goodbye!